for the team. And, yeah, I mean, it was pretty smooth, I guess, transition, just going out there and doing the best I can. So.
I mean, this could be for both of you. In what ways did this match challenge you as a team?
I think Kentucky played great defense, and I think they stepped it up as the game went on, and we fought back harder, and they played a great third set, and we knew we had to step it up as well. And I think we really went for it and picked up our defense as well and kept going for it and taking big swings and getting touches on those blocks. They had a few really good hitters, and we just kind of took care of the little things and stayed disciplined on our side of the net. So.
You want me on that too? Okay. I mean, our coaches do a great job of preparing us for that. So our scouting reports, everything that we watch in film prepares us for that match. And we knew going into it, Kentucky was going to put up a good fight. And as the season goes on, we're only going to get better, and so are other teams. So Coach always says we're going to get their best, and that's exactly what happened. But I think we were able to pull it out, and we trusted our training and played with each other, and that's what we had to do.
Harper, what was it like that in the fourth set, that rally lasted, I think, 71 seconds or something like that? What was it like to be on the court for that, and what's going through your mind when you're just big attack going back and forth, back and forth?
Yeah, we were just talking about it in the locker room. I think in those situations, that's why we work out, that's why we trust our training and all that stuff. So I think for all of us, what was going through our head was stay disciplined and just give it your all, because all of our legs were dead, we were out of breath, and that's what we had to do. And when I went up for that last set, I was just telling myself to use my legs and give it my all, and that's what happened. So I think in moments like that, that's really important for us, and for any team, that's what you have to do to win those rallies. And I think Coach just told us we won every longer rally there was in the game, and I think that's why.
Were you grateful there was a challenge after that?
Yes, very, very grateful.
How long does it take for you to recover after a play like that that's longer than you're used to typical rallies?
For me, I don't think I've ever been a part of a rally that long, so couldn't really tell you, but I'm grateful that there was a challenge just because we needed to catch our breath and decompress from that. So we did a good job just staying together, catching our breath. But again, every good team is going to put up a rally like that at some point. So I'm just glad that we were able to bring it together and work through it.
Just one point, Allie. What does that do for a team to come out on top in a point like that?
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I think we really just kept fighting and fighting every time it came over the net, and they got some really good ups and we got some really good ups too. And I think just after winning that, everyone was so hype. It was just incredible to see how hard we worked for that point, and we do that every day in practice. We prepare for those points and those long rallies, so I think we were ready for it and we prevailed.
You've been in this gym for some wild moments. Where does that rank, just the reaction from the crowd after that?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a rally that long. That was probably the craziest because there were so many scrappy little random touches, and I think Macy had some really good ups.
Yeah.
And I think that was probably the best rally I've ever seen in my career. So.
Harper, what do you think of the job that Macy did tonight filling in?
I mean, like Allie said, we have game changers, and that's what Macy had to do. I think she did a great job, and like Allie said, they've been preparing at practice this whole week, so I think she, along with Allie and Kenna, all really stepped up, and I'm really proud of all of them just because that's what we need on this team, and having people that can come in the game and help us win is what's going to take us far this season.
Allie, you've been at the gym with Lexi for 3 years. I mean, does she still amaze you with what she does out there every single day?
Absolutely. She continues to amaze me every single day. Honestly, that girl gets crazy ups that I do not expect at all. Like, there were a few balls today that I was like, oh, that's up. Like, I have to keep going. And she's just amazing. And just playing with her she's very consistent and a stable teammate. And it's really good that we have her to rely on all the time. So.
Allie, you're 4 weeks into this thing. What are the things that you've learned about this team over the first 4 weeks of the season that make you feel good going forward down to conference? Yeah,
I think this team has a lot of grit. I think especially this match 2 was just very tight. It was back and forth, and we continue to go at every single point with everything we have. And I think in those big matches, when it comes down to the wire, I think we've prepared really hard and we work really hard every day in practice to be able to win those games and win those points when they're needed most. And I think overall this team has a lot of personality and just overall grit. So.
Final questions?
Harper, what are you looking forward to for about your first Big Ten schedule coming up?
I think I mean, for the other freshmen at least, I think we're all excited just to be in new environments, and we've gotten used to playing in Bob a little bit, but I think for all of us it'll be exciting to travel and see some other Big Ten teams and see how they play in their environments and how we're going to handle that. And I think our coaches prepare us really well for those moments, and I think leaning on each other is going to help us this season. But, overall, I'm just really excited to go to new places and see how those teams play against us and prepare against us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
was a great match, very high level volleyball. We had a hard time stopping them just because they were playing really, really well. And their setter does a great job. They pass great. And we really had to dig down deep to win Game 4. And I was not looking good there for a while. And it was all the credit to Kentucky. They played really hard tonight, and they played really, really well. And he's got a great team. And I know their record isn't great, but look out. Those guys are going to be competing for the SEC championship.
What adjustments did they make after that second set that caused problems?
Their hitters just started killing balls. I just think they got in a great rhythm. I think in the first game we were getting a little bit stressed passing, and then once they started passing, we couldn't stop them. I mean, I think what they hit 432 in Game 3. We just couldn't stop them. We were trying everything, and they were passing great. That was probably the biggest adjustment they made, and they served us really tough. Our passing broke down, and we still hit 353 and lost. So shows you the level of play that was going on tonight.
Devaney, your boy coach, or Lindsey Krausley, but you get some great play from Daisy Bosinger and, of course, Kennedy Ward. Just what does that say about the depth of this team and how you can kind of plug anybody in? They just play lights out for you.
Yeah, well, I meant to tell the team today that, remember how close the red-white was? It was all deuce games, and that was our team competing against each other. And so these guys, it's very close who plays, who starts, and we saw a great example of that tonight. And, Laney was bummed she couldn't play, but, she took a pretty hard hit at Stanford, and it's, still bothering her. And then, Lindsay gets rear-ended on O Street in the middle of the day from some yahoo speeding all over the place, which always happens on O Street. So I said on the radio, I hope the mayor was here and the chief of police, and they hear this.
How is she?
Huh?
How is she?
She went through about 10 minutes of practice today. So I don't know. She got rear-ended. So, like same with Laney. I mean, Laney kind of was in a collision too. So, but, that's what's so frustrating is, and I drive on O Street, and there's several times I've wanted to call 911 just because of the crazy drivers and how they just abuse O Street and speed up and down. And sure enough, and I was on O Street that day too because we were off that day. I think I went to Whole Foods, and she was right by Chick-fil-A, and some dude came flying and smacked her and took off. So it shouldn't be happening in Lincoln.
Was today the first day that she tried to practice since then?
Yeah, she just basically went through a little bit of pepper. That was it. So otherwise, she hasn't been in the gym at all.
Have you seen many rallies like that one in the fourth
No.
set today?
That might be a record. A minute 26 is what Nate said.
What about it? I mean, what did that do for the team to win that and kind of also put that fight into winning that single point?
Well, both teams were fighting super hard on that point as they were on every point, and they had several chances to win it. We had several chances to win it, and people were just making freak plays. And I don't even remember how we won it.
Harper got a kill.
Harper got a kill? Okay. So, yeah, I mean, that's it's just trying to impose your will, and it also got our crowd fired up. And our crowd was great for Sunday night. I challenged them on the radio, the radio show this week, and they were great tonight. That was a fun environment, a fun match.
How are you out of system tonight? How have you been this season? How do you feel like you are out of system?
Yeah, I thought we did a pretty good job out of system tonight. So did Kentucky. They're very good out of system. They get the ball up there, and those hitters either tip or throw it, we got blown up a couple times. But I thought we did a really good job out of system, especially some of those long distance plays. I think Merritt bumped one like 40 feet across there. Somebody else bumped one up there, and Galley killed one. Maybe Harper killed one. So those are big time plays because you feel like you finally get a team out and you got a chance to win that point, and they kill it. Those are tough, but they did several to us as well.
We've heard the reserves refer to themselves as game changers coming off the bench. Where did that come from, and kind of how that mentality developed?
It's part of our system we put in this summer, that because we knew we had so many players that could play, but at some point only 6 are going to start or 7. So we just tried to say, hey, if at some point we're going to need you, and you got to be thinking you're going to come in and be a game changer, as opposed to, oh, come in and just play. So we've instilled that as part of our systems of somebody gets hurt, somebody's having a tough night, you got to be a game changer. And I've got a whole bench of them that can do that. I mean, everybody played tonight except for Caroline and Maggie, I think. Yeah, so that could play. So, I mean, again, that it is our depth, and it's also we got those guys believing they can make a difference.
Final questions? Back-to-back weeks, you go 4 sets with 2 top 25 teams. How does this prepare you for conference play as we enter?
It's great. It's great. And because I told the team it's going to be like this every week in the Big Ten for the next 10 weeks. So buckle up. Let's go.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thanks.